Hello, welcome to Binge Recaps. Today, we are presenting you with a 1986 musical film, Little Shop of Horrors. Be careful, spoilers ahead. But before we take you on a virtual tour through the story of this exciting movie, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like our content, and keep watching for more recaps. Seymour Krelborn is a guy who works at a flower shop near New York City. Struggling to get customers and keep the shop functional, the owner, Mr. Mushnick, decides to fire Seymour and his colleague Audrey.
Forget it. Don't bother coming in tomorrow.
Upon hearing his decision, Audrey presents the idea that they can attract more customers if they keep the strange plant that Seymour owns in the window. Mushnick hesitates to execute the idea, but they place the plant right in front of the window, and before Mushnick can object to their plan, a customer walks in and starts asking questions about this unusual plant. Seymour tells him he bought it from a Chinese vendor's shop where it mysteriously appeared during an eclipse. Seymour also nicknames the plant as Audrey 2. After the conversation, the customer decides to buy flowers from the shop, and it proves to be the turning point for the failing business. Being curious about the plant, customers start flooding the store and keep on buying more and more flowers. To celebrate the success, Mr. Mushnick invites Audrey and Seymour for a dinner, but Audrey reveals that she is going on a date with her boyfriend. After she leaves the store, Mushnick realizes the plant has started to wilt, so he asks Seymour to figure out how to take care of it and keep it alive. Being unsure about its food, Seymour tries different minerals and plant foods, but nothing works on the plant. Suddenly, he gets pricked by a rose, and a drop of blood appears on his finger. As he tries to wipe it off, he hears something and learns it's the plant that tries to get its mouth on his bleeding finger. Seymour realizes the plant needs blood, so he drops a few drops on it, after which the plant regains the freshness and outgrows its pot. Audrey and Seymour both secretly have feelings for each other, but never reveal anything. Audrey even dreams about having a perfect family with him and living in a suburban house with their children. As time goes by, Audrey too continues feeding on Seymour's blood, draining him out of energy and growing bigger and bigger. The floral shop turns into a huge success, drawing more and more customers each day, but Seymour starts getting weak and disoriented. Audrey thinks he is overwhelmed by the success and needs to spend some time outside of work to regain his focus, and offers to take him out. Audrey's boyfriend, Orrin, who is a dentist, visits the store to pick her up and introduces himself to Seymour. By listening to him talking to Audrey, Seymour realizes he is an abusive person and mistreats her. He talks to Audrey too about it and shares that he thinks she does not deserve him. As he talks to the plant, it asks for more blood. Seymour refuses by saying he needs some time to heal, but it keeps on insisting and starts forcing him to feed it his blood. Seymour offers an alternative, but the plant does not accept it. He gets worried about the situation as he cannot keep it feeding on his blood. Seymour starts to think he needs to kill people in order to feed and keep Audrey 2 alive, but he doesn't want to hurt anyone. Audrey 2 reminds him of all the success that came with it and asks him to repay. Audrey 2 suggests killing Orrin, but Seymour does not agree. While discussing this, they spot Orrin outside the window and see him fighting and beating Audrey. Seymour gets angry with him and decides to kill him and feed him to Audrey 2. He reluctantly walks into Orrin's clinic, where he's already treating a person. He waits for Orrin and then introduces him after reminding him of their last interaction at Audrey's place. Orrin invites him into the office, and Seymour accepts the invitation after checking his gun. In the office, Seymour pulls out his gun and points it at him, but can't find the courage to use it. Orrin puts on a nitrous oxide mask, but breaks its valve, and Seymour watches him die in front of him. Seymour then takes his body with him and cuts his body parts to feed Audrey 2, but Mushnick spots him. After feeding Audrey 2, Seymour spots some people investigating Audrey, so he asks her about them. She informs him about Orrin's disappearance and reveals that she feels guilty as she thinks something has happened to him because of her. When Seymour says she should be thankful as she got rid of an abusive person which she did not deserve. After discussing the situation with her, he reveals his feelings for her and both accept their love for each other. The same night, when Seymour comes back, Mushnick steps into his room and accuses him of killing Orrin. He reveals he saw Seymour cutting his body parts. Seymour tries to prove that he did not kill him, but Mushnick does not believe him and plans to hand him over to the police. But before leaving the store, changes his mind and gives an offer to Seymour. He suggests he won't tell anyone about the murder if he leaves the shop and gives him Audrey too. He further asks Seymour to teach him how to take care of Audrey too and leave without him. Seymour starts telling him, but before he can reveal its blood-sucking habit, Audrey too engulfs Mushnik alive. Seymour is approached to host a botany TV show in return for huge money and success. Soon, he becomes a celebrity and often appears on the covers of many botanical magazines. Although the plant proves to be a success for the business, Seymour gets worried about its increasing appetite and unparalleled growth. During an interview with a channel, Audrey too suddenly falls to the ground. Seymour informs them it needs to be fed. The reporter asks him to feed it in front of them, but he refuses to do so and anxiously leaves the store. He realizes his mistake of feeding it in the first place and turning it into a blood-sucking monster. Audrey follows him to calm him down. She informs him the TV show will give him a lot of money. Seymour gets excited and thinks he will use that money and leave this place and abandon Audrey too. He asks Audrey to marry him and go to another place, and she agrees. Seymour packs his stuff and secretly plans to leave the store, but before he can depart, Audrey too catches him and tries to get him to feed it again. He refuses at first, but then offers to bring in some meat from the butcher shop. Audrey too does not agree to take the meat, but he leaves by saying it's his only option as he won't feed him any more human blood. Audrey too calls Audrey, who's getting ready for the wedding, and asks her to come to the store. When she arrives there, she gets shocked to see it talking as she has never seen it before. She thinks it's only her dream, but Audrey too reveals it's the reality. He then plans to eat her and capture her with its branches before taking her inside its mouth. Seymour arrives in time and saves her from the plant, but finds out she is badly injured and can't remain alive for too long. When he takes Audrey outside, she reveals the plant told him about Mushnik and Oren. Seymour accepts that he has fed him to it and accepts his mistakes, but Audrey still loves him. She requests him to feed her to the plant so she can get all the fame and success he deserves. To fulfill her wish, Seymour feeds her to the plant and leaves the place to commit suicide, but before he can jump off, a person named Patrick arrives there, saying he is from a license and marketing company. He shows him a little plant similar to Audrey too, and reveals he took a sapling from the main plant and it grew within days. He tells Seymour his firm is planning to take the saplings and sell them worldwide as an ornamental plant. Seymour gets shocked to learn about his plan, as he knows the consequences and threats it would pose to humans, but Patrick says it will make him a lot of money if he sells the rights to use the saplings. Seymour comes back to the store and asks Audrey too about it, and he accepts. It was his plan in the first place to be a part of every American household. Audrey too reveals it's actually an alien from outer space. Seymour tries to destroy it, but gets shocked to see countless saplings branching from it. The plant eventually destroys the store, captures Seymour, and victoriously laughs after eating him alive. Everyone buys little saplings of the plant, and soon it starts threatening the people after its immense growth. The plant develops an army of monstrous, blood-sucking plants that destroy the entire city. Hope you enjoy the video. If you like this movie, check out this movie about a woman who alters her body parts with machinery.